Man, motorcycle hat, man. This my new drip. Don't steal it. What's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Game. Like Will, man. Back with another video, man. Listen, man. listen. We're gonna jump into this talking about a lack of experience with women. You know what I'm saying? That's really gonna be something that I'm gonna chop it up with y'all on. You know what I'm saying? I feel like uh watch this video if you feel like you got a lack of experience, right? A lack of experience, meaning I'm 29, right? A lot of y'all probably 30, 40, or 20, or 16, 17. And a lack of experience really is relative, but it really is a real thing too. It's a statistic, a number too, because um I could compare it to like anything like basketball, anything like but what's crazy, some people get better at basketball faster than others, right? Some people get better at things faster, man. It's all about your mind. It's all about how your mind works and how it don't work, right? How it do and don't. And that got to do more with if you know anything about NLP, you know anything about Richard Bandler, he always talks about like you can become a better learner. So there's nothing under the sun that can't be done. You know, so getting good with women is just a skill. And, you know, when people hear the word lack of experience, they get scared. They get this feeling right here in their solar plexus. They get this feeling that tells them, you know, it tells them like, yo, you'll never be good enough. You know, you'll never be like that cool kid that you thinking about. You know what I'm saying? You'll never be James Bond. You'll never be this. You'll never be that. You'll never be this in a third, right? Because lack of experience could be like a curse, right? Once you start believing in it, it kind of like builds on the belief, like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like It the Clown, kind of builds on it. Like, so all y'all guys that's thinking that, you know, y'all scared because, you know what I'm saying, y'all don't want women to know that y'all only got one body, two, three bodies. Man, save that shit for the birds, man. But at the same token, experience is a motherfucker, right? Because you know when it comes to certain things like golf or hunting or anything, it's like we all know how it's gonna play out many times, right? Because there's experience as a motherfucker, right? So we know that motherfucker with a gray beard, a long ass gray beard, who been, you know, chopping down trees with his hands for years and shit. You know you can't fuck with that motherfucker. But guess what? There's always, see, life is a funny game. It's a gamble, meaning that anyone could win at any moment. Anyone could win. So with that being said, man, I hate this braid on the side, bro. This shit always making me look bad on camera, bro. Always embarrassing me, bro. Let me see if I could tuck this motherfucker. All right, look. That gray bearded motherfucker. That motherfucker been chopping down wood since before you was born. You know, kind of like Karate Kid, right? And that's what I want to bring this analogy, because life is like, when I say it's a gamble, that's also not good enough of an analogy. Like Karate Kid, it's like a skill is something on earth. All right, let me give you a definition of what a skill is. A skill is something on earth that before you was born you could not do, not because you couldn't do it, but because you had no chance to do it. But once you got on earth, anything goes. This is what people don't tell people. This is why fathers are so important, uncles so important, grandfathers, and just ancient history, people that you would have knew had the world went a different way, right? You got a lack of information. You don't got a lack of skill. You don't got a lack of anything. You are whole. You are a whole human being. Everything about you is perfect. Now, America made it to where, and I'm not knocking America, but just the world today, somebody gotta be weak, right? So it's made to where some people, they'll never know their own potential because they'll never question it because they never got the energy to even try it. But it's a lineage of reasons why people won't do something, right? But that motherfucker, like I said, it's your willingness to do it yourself, right? That's why I love YouTube, where they got the do it yourself videos. Like, they teach you anything you want to know, DIY. Type in how to build a gun, DIY. How to build a house, DIY. How to build a shovel, DIY. And they'll show you how to go out in nature and build a knife. How to build anything, bro. How to build anything, because this is, even though the world is modernized, it's still, we're still human beings. It's still original. We're still, everything's still the same. So what I'm trying to say is, never let your identity get caught or stuck or trapped. This is the worst thing you could do to yourself, right? Let your identity get trapped in the past. Oh, I never was doing this a lot, or I never had this many girls, and I wasn't the cool kid in high school, you know what I'm saying? Listen, man, fuck that. Listen, like, I'm not even trying to be funny, like, because you can't make somebody else see some shit that ain't really happening, right? But it's not really gonna happen if you are identifying with something that is just a ghost. Like, 2015, when you were in high school, that's a ghost. Like, you know what I'm saying? The whole world will try to trap you in time, but that shit is done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let everybody else fantasize about how shit was and all that bullshit. I don't do all that dumb shit because, listen, the world is in the hands of the people who move forward and get over shit and move through shit. Like, the world ain't in the hands of the people who still trying to fit in with everybody else and trying to be like this person, do that. So, now we're kind of crossing over into an energy type of, because everything is energy at the end of the day. More of an energy type of territory, right? Because, you know, wanting to please people is high school, college. That's what it is. But when you get in the real world, which we're in right now, everything is about self. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything should be about self. I'm not gonna say it is, because a lot of people still trapped in it. Yeah. But everything should be about self. But see, how do you get selfish if you probably live in a family full of narcissists who gonna call you selfish as soon as you try to be yourself? That's what they doing. So people are literally having this cycle that they're living in, this loop where they think they're going to change. And that's what I want to write down real quick. Nothing's worse than not changing than thinking you're going to change. That's the worst space you could, that's worse than not changing. um think you're going to change, right? You got the person who um you got the person who's not changing because they're just not changing, because they're like, fuck this shit, I'm not doing that shit. Then you got the person who thinks they're gonna make a change, but they're week after week, year after year, month after month, they still not changing. You know what I'm saying? And you may be making little, stimulate. You may be stimulating the soil, right? You may be stimulating, trying to grow. You may be doing little things, right? Even me with YouTube, like, it's always a urethra or a light bulb moment. I'm always like, yo, yeah, you're talking about women, but what else can you talk about? Or, you're talking about lifestyle, but what else little piece? What's the, oh yeah, I'm speaking real quick, but I just typed in on the chat GPA, whatever. Uh, I typed in blind spots, because in therapy they teach you about something called blind spots. Blind spots are all the things you can't see, obviously, right? In jail, when somebody walk past and somebody gets stabbed, they get stabbed in a blind spot, where the cameras can't see shit. Uh, Blind spots, and I know that's a crazy analogy, but it's real. Like, blind spots is just the same thing in real life. Like, if you're outside or you're in life, blind spots are everything you can't see, you know what I'm saying, or that you don't see. And the world, in my opinion, probably revolves around blind spots. You know why? Because in nature, all animals hunt, and animals are wise enough to catch another animal in a spot where it's easier for that animal. But y'all guys who are in the dating world don't even do that to women. And that's another thing. Like you don't even do that to women. A dating coach I listen to say, all the stuff happens on the back end. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all are going to girl live in front of other guys, do things in front of other guys because y'all want that woman to really embrace you in front of other guys. And half these women are like, damn, I wanted to fuck him, and him, but this fucking dickhead just put a heart eyes under my photo, making it look like it's something there. And I was thinking about giving him something, but now I'm not gonna give him none because I don't want that burden. You know what I'm saying? So a real man or a real player not even gonna do no heart eyes, none of that shit. He's just gonna sit back and just DM her when he get the chance, or see her in real life. He's not even gonna do none of that. But what I'm saying is that's what I mean when I say blind spots. It's things in life that you think you know what the fuck you doing, but you're doing some straight dumb shit. And this is why, it's important to just have a mouthpiece and talk to people. I made a video yesterday talking about um communication skills, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's kind of fucked up because you don't expect for someone to get good with communication skills overnight. It's kind of like a couple years, maybe sometimes, or whatever. There's a time limit there, but your communication. Uh, a wise man once said, "Communication rules the nation." Slim Jimmy. Slim Jimmy said, "Communication rules the nation." Don't let that go over your head. Because what is this all about? What is this YouTube shit all about? What is community all about? What is people all about? What is dating? What is the dating community all about? What is the United States all about? It's all a nation. Communication rules the nation. And you can't communicate effectively when you got people around you who what? They judge. They tell you you're not good enough. They tell you this. You need to do better. You need to get up and you need to do this. And all that energy is like frustrated energy, right? When you look at the emotional chart, sometimes you only see the asshole yelling at you, but you don't question what type of emotions are they in and why, right? Because they're not really mad at me. I ain't do shit to this fucking dickhead, but they're mad at something, right? Something went wrong in their life, maybe, or something. But, you know, the way to win in life, family, is to understand life. That's why I said the guy with the gray beard who's chopping down trees easily, you know, that motherfucker got 50 years of experience over you. He's going to kick your ass, right? Sometimes the answer is to realize that he's going to kick your ass, right? Don't you think 30 years from now you'll be 10 times better if you took advice from this guy or if you just tried to beat him up yourself? He might not fuck with you at all after you try to beat him up. He might not fuck with you. He might not give you the information. But had you humbled yourself and came to him on some like, yo, like, how did you do this? How did you get this good at this? He'll probably be like, because communication rules the nation. So he'll probably be like, yo, shit, I don't typically tell people this, but da 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 da. Right? I remember a time where Instagram and all this bullshit wasn't out here and we literally had to do that shit. It was a lot. It was a couple older heads still left around and they'll teach us how to box. RP, I forgot his name. Somebody that used to be in my neighborhood. He taught us how to box. Like people just cared, you know what I'm saying? People just cared, man, and it's still out here, but you gotta kind of go for you gotta it's not in your neighborhood no more like that. I mean, it still is, but you gotta just talk, man. And I think that's the curse of not talking, the curse of not vocalizing and also the curse of unresourcefulness, right? Everybody lives in a neighborhood, so everybody has certain people around, but your communication, you don't want to talk because you don't trust. You don't fuck with people. You just stay to yourself. But guess what? It's like it's still no risk, no reward. It's still a consequence in the matrix. So it's like you still gotta, even if you say, okay, I'm not gonna talk to Buddy because Buddy look like he look like he really a demon. I'm not fucking with Buddy because I don't want to enmesh my energy with that type of energy. So you may be like, you know what? I'm just going. You got to build your life. So it may be like, okay, what type of activities, hobbies, events you into? Use those as a segue to where you don't always have to be so quick to talk to somebody just because they're right next to you, but you might go to, you know what I'm saying, whatever places you go to, if that make any sense. Because I'm not gonna tell y'all my places, but just know like it's places like, and whatever places you go to, you talk to people, man, communicate and understand, like, man, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody looking for a friend, quote unquote. I don't, because some people not and don't give a fuck about a friend, but you know what I'm saying? Everybody really, you know what I'm saying? You gotta communicate, bro. And it's like sometimes it been moments where I had to open up conversation with somebody through text. They text, then they go MIA. They probably working or doing some shit, basic shit. And I gotta open up that conversation one more time, three more times. Not like I'm chasing, but I'm just kind of like I'm reigniting the shit because I understand uh, that anything worth having is gonna be a little bit of turmoil because people be busy. You feel me? Like so, I'm brilliant enough or masculine enough to not care enough about some invisible person telling me I'm thirsty because I'm just doing what I need to do to get what I need to get. You understand what I'm saying? So that dog got to be in you. People say you thirsty for certain things because you got too many people in your business judging every move you make. But it's not thirsty. It's not dick riding to tell somebody that they got some nice jeans on or nice hat or some shit. It's not dick riding, but we've been conditioned to think that you're thirsty or dick riding, which both of those is things that you don't want to be, right? So technically what people are going to do, they're going to dismiss communication because anything I say, I look weird to this person. And this person not even socially adapt or a skilled social skilled person. They just going to judge me, so I'm just going to cut off from doing that. But that's what's happening, and I think it's like some type of eraser or type of uh, thing going on where people just don't be themselves no more. When I was young, people would just tell you if it was something they fucked with or didn't fuck with. They'd just tell you, and they wouldn't think you was gonna swing on them or nothing. They didn't think none of that. They just obviously it was some bullies who you couldn't just say anything to, but people still going if they get comfortable around you, they're gonna start telling you shit. You know what I'm saying? So all that chasing women shit is bullshit because ain't nobody chasing no woman. What people are doing is they're communicating and they're trying to form a bond. That's it. If a girl don't, this is why most guys suck at dating because if a girl don't like you, just let her go because it ain't even the fact that you can't get her. It's just like, okay, when you see her again, say hi again. Reignite that shit. Right? Reignite that motherfucking shit. Because somebody might not be in the mood when you first see them. Reignite. Somebody might not be in the mood when you first see them. So then what? You just gonna give up like that because they're not in the mood? It's a fucking cloudy day today. You think every day a chick feel the same way? This is the ignorance. I'm here to myth bust or, whatever. I'm here to break you know, the beliefs of like why people just do stupid shit and their social life suffers because guess what? They think that everything got to be perfect. They're perfectionists up here. Your whole life is shit, but you're perfectionist right here. So when you step outside, you think that shorty really got to be feeling you. That's why Ice Spice made that song. You thought I was feeling you? Cause she know that niggas is just stupid. How you make a whole anthem talking about that? Cause guys is just dumb. They think that you like them when you don't, and they think that you don't like them when you do. Cause as soon as you like them, they insecure. So now they think that too. Why she like me? Oh, I gotta go cheat on her because I gotta show her that even if she do some. Bro, it's weird. It's weird energy. You feel me? It's feminine. It's feminine. I'm talking healthy, strong relationships are built with what? Trust. Trust, respect, dignity, and certain qualities, right? Certain ingredients got to be in that pot. Otherwise, it ain't what it is. So if you just trying to fuck her, yeah, it is kind of flawed in a sense. But if y'all both on the same page, then it ain't flawed. But it's just like you gotta still understand, like, hey, I'm trying to get beyond just fucking. That's why most guys is fucking up their life because they're not going beyond just fucking. There ain't nothing wrong with just fucking. Especially if they just trying to fuck you and you ain't even worried about that. But you gotta go beyond that because it's what's beyond that that's gonna actually make it to where you're gonna become a king or a boss or something else. And she gonna be proud that she got a piece of that. You feel me? Not all that shit you fucking get in your feelings and start loving her because all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Trauma bonding because you ain't got shit. Nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing not on this channel. We ain't doing that. Come on. Because you got to control your emotions. You want to level up in life, you got to control your emotions. Communication ruled the matrix and the nation. And in this context, it would be you telling her, like, listen, we can have sex, but I'm not none of that cuffing shit. Right? I don't heard people saying that since I was young to women, but it's still like, and women would like that too. They would love that to hear that shit. Cause they knew that this signified he was on a mission. He was on a mission. Something is bigger than me. Yeah, you could get this pussy anytime because you something in your life is bigger than me. That's all she needed validation to hear for her to just give it up every time that it was something bigger in his life than me. You know what I'm saying? Because the second she get big in your life, then it's like, I'm not supposed to be this big in this nigga life. You know, it just don't feel right. It don't turn her on no more. You know what I mean? The position is disproportionate. It's disproportionate. And that's masculinity 101 because it's not always what you do, it's what you don't do. So it's you could treat her good, but you can still not, let her get that big around you because you're doing other shit. It's not like a competition either, but it's just like you really got other shit. And guys don't understand the importance of having other shit going on. You know what I mean? Uh, and that's a blind spot. That's a blind spot. Because remember, we went from the gray guy with the gray beard, the old man, the master, to realizing everything is energy. Because even that master got to pass away one day, meaning he goes back to a baby. If life is reincarnation, he goes back to a baby. You go up another level. If life is really a cycle, that means that energy stays on Earth, or maybe transferred to somebody else for some type of inheritance. Then you got a blind spot. I'm just doing the math with this shit as I write it down. You got a blind spot, which we talked about, which is everything I'm filling you in this video. If you write it down or think about it, there's many blind spots. We could talk about more in the future, but right now I'm relating it to relationships and why guys are fucking up their life every fucking week or month. And the blind spot connects to communication rules the nation, meaning you may have some women coming into your life right now. It may be even one, it may be two, it may be three. But you don't got the balls to tell her, hey, baby girl, listen, I don't know if I'm trying to cuff you. I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? I'm really on the grind right now. You think she going somewhere? Man, listen. Do you think she going somewhere? Do you think she going somewhere? These girls are look at you with these girls will look at you in your eye and tell you what. Well, they'll try to play it. They'll try to play it like they don't got no emotions and shit. Well, I'm looking for this. I'm looking for that. They'll start making these almost like assumptive uh requests. Not requests, but like just laying it out there. As if she's more of a logical creature than you, or even at the same level. When we know women are not. It not saying they can't be logical, but that's not their home court advantage. So if you move when she say that, if you move off of whatever you said, then she's never going to respect you. She might not even give you none at that point, and all that type of shit. So what women really be scanning guys for is, are you going to stand on what the fuck you just said? Because what the fuck you just said, it must mean something. Otherwise, you wouldn't have said the shit, right? But she's smart enough to know that, but you're not smart enough to realize that if I move off of this square, that I don't even deserve no pussy. So you don't even get that, but you're not supposed to get it because that's higher intellect, that's higher knowledge that people don't know, right? It's not even about right or wrong. The fuck is that noise, bro? Bitch ass noise. It's not even about right or wrong. So you gotta just learn how to cope with shit in life. That shit is annoying. I don't know if y'all can hear that. But I can't let certain shit bother my soul like that, man. It's not about right or wrong, right? I've been in many different debates with women. Not debates, but like I've been in many different I've been in many different situations where women would try to tell me about me, or they'll try to challenge your stance. Like, oh, you try to talk to my sister, then you try to talk to me. How dare you? What type of guy? They'll try to like, right? They'll try to spray shame on you or some shit. And they're only doing that to check your stance, right? Your testosterone, which is connected to your legs. Like a tree rooted in the ground. I'm looking at a tree right now. Doesn't move, right? Whatever it said is what it said. Whatever it did is what it did, and however it lives is how it lives. It's not trying to please anybody. And this world is so like a magician. It'll make you question your stance. And what I'm saying is, it's not about right or wrong. It's just about you learning that skill, because it's really a skill to be able to stand on your square and not allow a woman to tell you anything, because it's none of her fucking business. It's none of her business how many women you sleep with. It's not. It's many things that's none of their business, but they will. Women are good at telling you about you, or finding they're like insidious, and I hate saying that because it sounds disrespectful, but they got this like insidious nature where they can be near you and kind of like start controlling you and shit. But that's the feminine nature, right? The yielding and shit. But what I'm trying to say, bro, is that communication rule the nation. So if you tell a girl right off the bat, like, hey, I don't think, listen, it's just how you talk to them. Like, it's the saying, stay ready so you don't got to get ready. So say something up front to let her know that I'm not too sold on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too sold on you, right? Most guys don't do that. So what they do is they let the woman kind of come in and get comfortable. And to me, that's a flaw, bro. Fucking bird upstairs, bro. That's a flaw, bro. Y'all can let me know what y'all think, but I think that's a flaw, man. Me personally, in my own game, I'm not tolerating that. Like, I don't let people get comfortable in my life. You feel me? I don't let situations get comfortable, and it always leads to destruction every time. So I'm here to just give y'all the information. Like, communication rule the nation, and the way you talk to people, right? You know, the way you get your points across, right? You can't continue living on this planet without having a mouthpiece. You gotta assert yourself verbally and telling people like, hey, look, this ain't that, this is this is that, this ain't that. And they either gonna fuck with you or not. But the funny thing is they never fucked with you anyway. Not even trying to be on no Scarface shit, but for real, they never really fucked with you. So just, just wrap your head around that first, that they don't really fuck with you first. People will make it seem like they fuck with you so that they can take from you. Not even that they, play you close. You heard that war tactic before. Play you close, play your enemies close. So I gotta make you think I fuck with you. But it on the, you know, after a while get played out because you're like, there ain't no way this person fuck with me. It's been 3 years and this person's still, talking shit, or acting funny or doing weird shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you can't always get everybody out of your life in 10 seconds, but you can make moves and stand on the moves that you're making. That's one thing that God left us here on earth is decisions to make that we can make. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that we can't, you know, when you get tired of getting beat up in a situation, you will change because you won't have an option a lot of the time. You won't really have an option. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it is. So, yeah, man. Communication is important, bro. That shit is it's everything, bro. That shit is everything to me, man. Like, oh, communication is everything, man. Like, and that's what people don't get. Like, communication, it's not taught. It's not really taught, like, right? Because in school they tell you to shut the fuck up and sit down and raise your hand, motherfucker. If I tell you, if you don't raise your hand, motherfucker, you stand for detention, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You get treated, a certain type of way, and then you go home and your dad not there, your mom gonna definitely get you. Get the fuck out the kitchen. You always in the kitchen. Da 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 da. Treat you like straight shit. So, when do you ever uh even understand that there's a such thing called a throat chakra? When do you even know? How do you even? Who's telling you that? Who's telling you that? Who's telling you that? How do you know? I think the throat chakra is blue too, but how do you even know? You don't know. So people tell you have a mouthpiece, get a mouthpiece, but they don't tell you about the throat chakra. So that's like telling somebody, pour me some milk, but it ain't no milk in the refrigerator. Get me some cereal, make me a bowl of cereal, but we ain't got no bowls. We got all plates. That shit just gonna just go all over the floor or some shit. You told me to pour you some cereal, motherfucker. They mad at you because they didn't buy no plates. But what I'm saying is that the information that you acquire on this channel and other channels from other people who got game allows you to see what you can't see before you watch the video. When you infuse the spiritual knowledge with the game is when the game is really game. Uh, uh. If you just tell people go up to a woman and say hi, Da 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 da. Okay, you got a girl. Good. Congratulations, motherfucker. Everybody did that shit before. Who gives a fuck? That shit ain't gonna last, motherfucker. But you infuse the spiritual with the game, like Taekwondo or other people. That some of the best dating coaches y'all know, they tell y'all in your face that they journal. They tell y'all in your face that they do healing and energy work and all that other shit. But then y'all just want to learn the mouthpiece and this, that, and the third. But y'all want to skip the shit that's really going to change and transform your life because these things make you a master to the point where you don't even need a coach no more. I'm gonna make videos on each chakra too because on my last channel it was very spiritual. This channel is more about game and structure, like chess pieces. But I like to mix in the abstract with the solid to make like meet it at 50%, so people could really see this shit. Because game is fun when people don't know what you're doing, but they're not gonna know what you're doing anyway because it's game. So it's like unless they study game themselves, they don't know. Like when you're in somebody's face and you're running game, unless they know game, then they don't know. But um, yeah, every chakra is important, bro, because we spend so much time trying to chase these women, right? That's what guys doing nowadays. Is people got try to hide it all they want. Man, I'm the realest. I'm gonna say this shit. And guys watch too much porn, so they're conditioned. Like the same amount of time you spent on school, they tried to kind of match and mirror that with porn and the laptops and the phones because it's like okay, y'all are watching that shit that much to the point where y'all can't stop. And then when y'all stop for a couple of days, y'all go back to it, which means that you got no self mastery. You got no self mastery. You know what I'm saying? And your testosterone is directly linked and connect to your nutsack, which you are draining every day or every other day. To some model shit too, like so like you feel justified when you get done. You like, damn, like she was fire. Like you feel me? Like damn, I feel like I got a girlfriend out this bitch. You feel me? Like nah, real talk. Some chicks be so bad. You be like, bro, I feel like, bro, I feel like I got a girlfriend for a week right now. Like, I'm good. Like, I don't need to go on no